Where are the writers?
Drop down and give me funnies, you maggots.
Get one of the interns to do it.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm a comedy coach. I'm here to get you weasels into shit.
We don't need coaching. What we need is a jacuzzi on set, or at least a warm hose.
Yeah, I've been at this for years. Alright, me and the band don't even have to rehearse anymore.
That is the point. You're rustier than the inside of this here whistle. I get tetanus with every toot.
What's the point, though, you know? We write our little show, we do our little skits, and we really contribute nothing to society.
That is the point, Joe Puppet. We have to distract the rest of the world from feeling as depressed as we are. I'm taking you to boot camp.
Action. I'm Ava, and here's your ghost, Jay Thatcher. Action. I'm Ava. Speak louder! And here's your host, Jay Thatcher.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Frontman of the Cars, Rick Ocasek, died this week. Did you hear about this? No one heard about this? Not a single soul heard about this. Unbelievable that no one heard about this.
You need to reconnect with your inner sense of humor because currently you're as connected as my basic Xfinity Wi-Fi package. I just can't say I feel it anymore. It used to be so simple when I felt joy. It's not about joy, it's about the people. Promise the people that you bring them funnies every few weeks.
Even more, watch our reruns on TuTV.
Exactly. So stop being so selfish and give me screws.
Jen, you're out of shape. You need to work your comedy muscles. And your biceps, if I'm being honest.
That wasn't necessary.
I'm gonna throw some headlines at you. You're gonna give me jokes. First, Netanyahu orders an annex for the Jordan Valley.
We usually do like weird headlines.
Bush orders Saddam Hussein to leave Iraq.
Where are you getting these headlines in the first place?
I'm not hearing jokes.
George Bush orders Saddam to leave Iraq, so he ran away.
That's terrible. And it's Iran, you filthy Westerner. But we can work with it.
Did I say you could rest? Is there a rest in that measure?
I can't handle this, JK.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, nothing. I'm just tired is all. I wasn't subconsciously referring to you as J.K. Simmons as a reference to the intense drum instructor character he plays in the 2014 hit movie Whiplash.
I don't watch movies.
Now get back to playing, you
You know what? I'm calling it right now. I think this is gonna be our best season yet. I feel like I got my talent back.
Yeah, I've rediscovered my passion for the show.
Yeah, and the blisters on my hands have almost healed.
Well, looks like my work here is done. You guys go get them.
It's locked.
Does anyone have a key?
I'm not even wearing my suit. I don't know what I was doing. everybody, Temple Tonight. It is the first episode of the semester. First off, thanks to our co-host Ava and our house band, No Offense. Yeah, we got a great show for you tonight, but we're going to kick it off first, as we always do, with what's in the news. So recently, a long-lost 13th century painting was found hanging in a woman's kitchen. Experts told the woman that the painting could be worth millions in auction, but also not to hold her breath on the live, laugh, love posters. Edward Snowden actually opened up in about his life and decisions in a new memoir published recently. It's like, all right, dude, is there anything you won't open up about? And to the public? Like, maybe see a therapist or something, right? In education, Cornell University has announced that it will eliminate all loan debts for its medical students. Meanwhile, Temple will harvest its medical students' tears to keep the Charles Library book robot hydrated. Yeah, pretty cool. In politics, a survey found that Bernie Sanders has the best 2020 Democratic slogan. I can't say I'm surprised that "Who are all these people?" resonates so well in such a crowded field. Up in New York, a Jewish group actually started a Yiddish for Dogs class. They've had a pretty great turnout so far, but a lot of the young pups are just there because their moms made them go. A man actually broke a Guinness World Record for throwing a tortilla 54 feet. Yeah, really impressive. It's reported that he's actually now moving up to the Hardshell League. Over in Japan, their environment minister Shinjiro Koizumi recently said that he thinks we have to make the fight against climate change sexy. So to help Koizumi's efforts, Al Gore has agreed to do a 12-page spread in Playgirl. Can't wait for that issue. And finally, after a 140-mile-per-hour chase, an Indiana man was quoted as saying he didn't think the police would be able to catch his 2002 Acura. But unfortunately for him, the police cars were also 2002 Acuras. An electronic cigarette company, Juul, is under criminal investigation by federal prosecutors. Juul insists it's not what it looks like, though. It's all just smoking minors. And that's about as much of the news as I could take right now, so we'll be right back. Take it away, No Offense. All right, welcome back. Now, I've always enjoyed being the host of Temple Tonight immensely, but over time, I've realized that once I graduate, I need to move on and pursue my true dream, being a soap opera star.
Your dream is to be a soap opera star? We've been friends for like a year now, and you've literally never mentioned that.
Yeah, you actually told me that your dream was to marry Kathy Bates.
Okay. First of all, I told you that in confidence. Second of all, a man can have two dreams, all right? Now, anyway, I've put together a short reel highlighting my dramatic range. Any casting directors out there, please enjoy.
Okay. Did you get approval for this bit?
Roll the tape.
My former lover, Stephanie, is marrying my brother. It's not me. It's you. It's cold.
I'm sorry to have to tell you like this.
I can't believe he's gone. He was so good to me and my family.
We did all we could to save him, Jay.
Jay, I have something to tell you.
Yeah, what's up, Dad?
I don't think you're actually my son.
What? How could this be?
It's true, Jay. I had one too many scotches when you were born and mislabeled your cradle.
I'm pregnant.
What?
It's twins.
But how could this be? I've been away for a year.
They're not yours.
What?
They're mine.
I found someone else.
It's your sister. I'll pack my things when I get home. So yeah, pretty versatile, right? Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Anyway, so back to the show. It is the start of a new semester here at Temple University, which means we're gearing up for a new wave of student organizations. So here are a few that didn't quite get university funding.
I actually personally tried spearheading communications and production majors against musical theater kids in Annenberg.
True.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, I heard about this one called Kids Who Love Content. You can count me in for that because you can't spell content without content.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah. All right. One that I really did like that just really didn't go well was Women Against Guys Named Chad.
Yeah.
Like, get a new name already.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I was really upset actually when Temple shut down my request to form a Baker Dave's Baker Bros group. I mean, I wasn't expecting such an anti-pastry stance from the university.
Especially since you're a pastry chef at Zahav.
It's disappointing, honestly.
Okay.
I heard about this one. Sounds pretty whack to me. It's called Students for Corporations. Count me out. I'm not corporate.
Students Against Improv was actually one of them that I saw there.
Yeah, I was really excited for the Students Liberating Library Robots Club, but it never came together.
Yeah. There was actually one, it was Students Against Organizations.
I heard about one actually called the Students Against Jaywalking Club.
Oh, okay, because the one that I actually really liked was Students Against Walking Club.
Wow.
They made that?
I
Yeah.
was personally really excited to join Golf Club, formerly Young Republicans who don't want to admit it.
That's fair. There was the Coalition of Men Who Wear Shorts in the Winter. I just want to make sure you both weren't a part of that.
No.
No.
Horrifying.
I often wear pants.
I'm wearing trousers right now.
Y'all wear pants?
Well, there you have it. Clubs that were gone too soon.
Yeah, clubs that just never made the cut.
Even some clubs that, if manifest into reality, would end human civilization as we know it.
That's true. Yeah, and we'll actually be right back with our next guest, Telly.
Yeah. All right, welcome back, everybody. Up next, we have an interview with a very special guest. We have Daphne Bonner, who co-wrote and directed a feature film. So please welcome Daphne, everybody. Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, of course.
So what is this movie? Please tell us about it.
So the movie is a sci-fi comedy thriller, and the basic premise is two ex-secret agents come out of retirement to solve the case of why aliens have mysteriously landed on Earth. And so that basic sci-fi trope of we need these people,
Yeah,
they're the
right.
only ones who can do it, and then they come back.
One last job.
Yeah, one last job. We can't do it, but okay, we'll do it. It's like that.
So wait, you co-wrote and co-directed, right? So
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's like making a movie. What is that like?
Ooh, really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I co-wrote and co-directed with my brother Tyler. He's 2 years older than me, so he went to film school, and we started writing it when I was a senior in high school. I didn't know anything about how to make a movie either,
Yeah.
so we pretty much just dove into it. And I mean, it takes a long time. It's hard. It's fun. but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. How long did it take?
It took 2 years. The whole process of writing and conceptualizing to premiering it. Because, I mean, logistically, it's just a lot to do. We filmed for over 20 days. And, yeah, over a 2-year time period. And, you know, obviously there's just so many locations, actors, getting them together, and then editing. So it's a lot.
Yeah. So did you, I guess, mostly focus on like co-writing and so you had a hand in, I guess, in editing it too and all that kind of stuff too?
Yeah, and I was also the production designer, because it's very, you know, it was mostly me, my brother, some other family members, and our friends. So it was very much a small group of people. My brother and I wrote it, we directed it. He kind of focused on camera and editing stuff, and I took production design, so all of the art stuff, costumes, sets, makeup, things like that. So we were kind of a master team, dipping our feet into everything since we don't have a huge budget or crew.
Yeah. That was actually another question I was wondering, because I feel like a lot of times when people try to make movies, it's surprisingly expensive. So I was just like wondering, where'd you guys get like the money for that?
Yeah, we crowdfunded using the website Seed and Spark, which is for filmmakers to use. It's like, you know, the other websites, GoFundMe. And we raised about $6,000 just through that. And then, you know, we put a little bit of our own money in as well. So we were working with a budget of like a total around $7,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
What was like the hardest part? Was it working with that budget, or was it like?
I mean, the budget's hard, but it's not the end all be all of we can't do this. We figured out ways around that. I would say the hardest part was just working on a creative project for that long.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, I could write something tonight and be like, oh, that's pretty good. And then this time next week, I'll be like, I hate that. That's the worst thing I ever wrote.
Right, yeah.
So picture that, but like 2 years.
Oh,
and you wrote it when you were a senior in high school. And you, now you have to make that for 2 years.
Right.
So it's very hard to stay dedicated and be confident in something that you wrote when you were 18 and then just work on it for that long. Because, you know, it's already hard to have faith in your own work, but then, yeah, 2 years is a while.
That is a super long time. What was like your favorite part of the movie making process?
My favorite part was probably just working with the people we worked with, like working with my brother. Most of the time it was just me, him, and his girlfriend just doing all of the work before starting filming, and those are some of the best memories, just being, you know, with people you care about. And then actually filming, it's a comedy, obviously, so like there is like fun stuff that goes down, and it's a lot of really funny comedians from Philly. We most of the actors are just sketch comedians or improv comedians from Philly, so, you know, it's just a bunch of goofy people who all care about film and care about, you know, telling stories and stuff, hanging out. So
how did you like find all these people to work with?
Tyler and I actually have performed sketch comedy at a theater downtown, the Philly Improv Theater.
Oh, yeah.
I've performed there since I was a freshman in high school. We had our own like sketch comedy group duo thing, and so we've just over the years gotten to know a lot of the comedians who come out of there or other surrounding theaters in Philly. So we've just had friendships, and they're all adults, obviously, because like we were really little, but they're real people, and they're just very kind and gave us a lot of their time, and it's just a lot of, you know, comedians who just frequent Philly, and they make up most of the cast.
That's dope.
Yeah, or like my 16-year-old brother being like, get in there, come on, yeah.
And so you said you premiered already. When did you premiere?
Yeah, we premiered it in August at the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville, which, that was in August, but we're still doing screenings. We had another screening in Philly a couple weeks ago, We're doing a screening in DC, and we have another screening in Philly at the Philly Improv Theater, October 19th.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I guess other than these like screenings, where can we find it? Where can we watch? Is it online? or-
After we do a couple more screenings, we're gonna end up putting it on Amazon Prime, just like a pay-per-view thing.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you'll be able to watch it there.
Very cool. And I don't know if we've actually said the title yet. So what is
Oh,
the
yeah.
title of the movie?
The title is Chuck Lawson and the Night of the Invaders. Yeah, just very campy.
That is a very
Great.
intriguing title.
Yeah, it's so inspired by all of the sci-fi movies out of the 80s
Yeah.
and just, you know, the goofy storylines that they have and kind of twisting and playing around with all the tropes.
Okay, awesome. So that's about the time we have. Do you want to like maybe plug some social media or something?
Yeah, you can follow the page, the movie page. It's just Chuck Lawson Movie, and there will be updates so that you can come see the screening at FIT on the 19th. And my Instagram is @NotFromScooby-Doo, so you can follow me if you want.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show
Yeah,
again.
thank you.
Daphne Bonner, everybody. That sounds like a dope. All right, welcome back. Up next, we have a very special guest. You all know him. You all love him. Please welcome TuTV Mascot and friend of the show, Telly. Woo! All right, well, Telly, welcome to the show. We are so happy and honored to have you here.
Thank you, Jay. I am contented to be here. I am a longtime fan of this show. Hello, Ava. Noah.
So, what would you say is your favorite TuTV show?
I cannot answer that.
Well, I mean, come on, you must have a favorite.
Jay, you know I am contractually obligated to love all TuTV programs equally, and therefore I cannot answer your question. Do not put me on the spot in front of your parents and this handful of Temple students.
All right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Probably still here. There's not much room for growth, unless we become a streaming platform, in which case I see myself becoming 4 floating bars representing signal strength.
Oh, and you know what? Speaking of streaming, how come you're not like, why are you like an antique television? You know, why not become like a smart TV or something like that?
They said I'd have to get into the honors program to become a smart TV.
Okay. And Telly, please tell us, what is it you do to unwind when you have free time, if at all?
There is no free time. My purpose is to serve.
Wow, you
Noted.
really love your job. Okay.
Hey, do you and Hooter ever, like, hang out?
No, we have nothing in common. He is an owl. I am a television. He cheers for sports. I cheer for television programs. There's really no overlap.
Is there anything you do besides be a mascot?
I had a TV fall on me once.
That's pretty ironic, actually.
It was traumatizing.
I'm sure it was.
So what's your favorite part of campus?
I really enjoy the trash cans where the squirrels hang out. They have a lot of energy.
And what would you say is the best perk of being a TuTV mascot?
I'm revered by everyone on campus. Teachers love me. Police officers love me. I've gotten out of so many speeding tickets and 1 misdemeanor vandalism charge.
And, when do you think you're gonna stop being our mascot?
When my eventual successor kills me and assumes the role.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. Telly, thank you so much. You're a national treasure, personal hero. Give it up for Telly, everybody. All right, welcome back. Now, please give a warm welcome to comedian Dave Zugnoni.
Hey, everybody. It's great to be here. Does anybody like baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know how to make baseball more exciting? Watch golf. You watch a little golf, suddenly baseball looks like a circus. You're like, boy, that ball moves everywhere. What a crazy sport. How about football? Do you guys like football? Yeah, me too. I love football. Problem is, on a Sunday during football season, I'll watch 10 hours of football. You guys know how I feel after watching 10 hours of football? I feel like eating a McDonald's hamburger, drinking some Budweiser beer, buying myself a Kia Sorrento, putting some Geico insurance on that bad boy, and talking to my doctor about Cialis. That's how I feel. That joke was brought to you by Ancestry.com. Thank you. Is anybody in here a pharmacist or learning to become a pharmacist? Good. You should never become a pharmacist. To become a pharmacist, you go to college and you get a degree. Then you go to college again and get another degree. And then you work at CVS. That's a pretty long path for customer service, right? That's like working out with Michael Phelps just to sit in a hot tub. It makes no sense. I mean, it's kind of like if you were trying to become a U.S. citizen and you took all the tests and you paid all the fees, and then you moved to Allentown. Really not worth the effort, you guys. You got to do something that's worth it. I went to the Berklee School of Music in Massachusetts to play basketball. We had cheerleaders. You know, the cheerleaders, they would say, "Give me a B." And all the students would say, "La." 10 years ago, I did shrooms in the mountains. Is anybody in here a police officer? No? Okay. 10 days ago, I did shrooms in the mountains. I was with this girl, and she needed to pee, and I said, hey, you can pee right here. We're in the woods. So she started peeing, and immediately a gaggle of first graders walked right up to us. Because the thing was, we were on shrooms, so we thought we were deep in the woods. But as it turned out, we were on the walking path, 15 feet from the parking lot. We had taken 15 steps and thought we'd been hiking all day. That's my point. Because drugs alter your perception. So I have a weird name. My name's Dave Zugnoni. This one time, this guy said, hey, what's your name? And I said, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, Dave Zugnoni? And I said, no, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, Dave Zugnoni? And I said, no, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, Dave Zugnoni? And I said, no, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, what? And I said, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, what? And I said, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, Dave Zugnoni. And I said, no, Dave Zugnoni. And he said, how do you spell it? And I said, Zugnoni. And he said, Zugnoni. And I said, no. Zugnoni. And he said, Zugnoni. And I said, yes. And he said, Zugnoni. And I said, no, Zugnoni. And he said, what? And I said, Zugnoni. And he said, what? And I said, Zugnoni. And he said, Zugnoni. And I said, no, Zugnoni. And he said, Zugnoni. And I said, no, Zugnoni. And he said, Zugnoni. And I said, come on. You can get it right, white boy. And he said, did you just call me white boy? And I said, yeah, I did. I don't know why I did that. My bad. And he said, I'm not even white. And I said, what? And he said, I'm not even white. And I said, what? He said, I'm Lebanese, man. I said, you're Lebanese, man? He said, yeah, I'm Lebanese, man. And then I said, well, then tell me something. Where do Lebanese people come from? Lebanon? And he said, what? I said, where do Lebanese people come from? Lebanon? And he said, what? I said, where do they come from? Lebanon? Like, is that a place? Lebanon? He said, no. They come from Lebanon. I said, Lebanon? He said, yeah, Lebanon. I said, Lebanon? He said, yeah, Lebanon. I said, that is Lebanon sense. And he said, I don't like you. What's your first name only? And I said, Dave. And he said, Dave? And I said, yes. And then he said, okay, we'll call your name when your drink is ready. So the next day, this guy was like, hey, what's your name? And I said, Dave. And he said, Dan? And I said, uh-huh. On a serious note, has anybody seen the movie Free Willy? Yeah. Bad acting, huh? That whale? He had no expression whatsoever the whole film. And what's that whale doing now? Nothing. His career's over. He's washed up. So I'm 35 years old. I'm right at this age where I've lost touch with my old friends, but I keep up with their babies on Facebook. I just log in, I see nothing but pictures of babies and people talking about babies. My friend, he posted on Facebook, "My son vomited today. Yuck." He posted that to 1,000 people. That's ridiculous behavior if you ask me. That's like walking into a giant party and you're just like, "Hey! My son vomited today! Yuck!" And then 20 people walk up and say, "I like that." All right, that's my time. You guys are beautiful. Thank you.
All right, that is our show for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Big thanks to Daphne Bonner. Big thanks to Dave Zugnoni. And thank you very much for coming out again, like I said, and we'll be back in a month or so. So thank you very much. Have a great night.